Hi there. Part of this class that you're going to be doing is writing about theater. So you're going to be writing an essay. So what I want to make sure is that you have a foundational understanding of why plays are written and to be able to tie that back into using some examples of design elements and how those design elements support the theme of the play. So that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. So Aristotle was a philosopher during the classical period of ancient Greece, and he wrote about all sorts of different things. But he wrote sort of a recipe for what he considered good theater. And that recipe included the plot, it included the characters, thought or theme, which is one of the things we're really going to sort of look at today and try to gain an understanding of what that means. Diction, which diction is the way an actor presents the written word. Song, which could include musical underscoring or an orchestra accompaniment, or musical theater has dialogue that is sung. And then spectacle, which spectacle is sort of an umbrella for all of the design elements as we would think of them today. In Aristotle's time, that spectacle included things like pyrotechnics and masks and some costumes, but so it was pretty limited back then, but that's really including all those design areas now. So when we think about plot versus theme, those were two of his main ingredients for good theater. So the plot is the storyline. So it's a series of events that happens. When you were talking about maybe a movie that you saw, you're probably going to describe the plot, the storyline. Well, this happened, and then this happened, and then they fell in love. But it was really good, and what distinguishes a really good plot from maybe a not so good plot is having that theme. So the theme is the main idea or the main thought behind a play. So what is the theme, right? What does that mean? Well, when a playwright's writing about something that is, it's probably something that is important to them. It's that moral message that they're trying to share with the world. So a lot of times playwrights will try to expose people to ideas that maybe they're not really familiar with, that maybe an important message that a playwright believes more people need to know about or experience. It might be something that they want to bring attention to. Maybe it's a civil problem, or to highlight some sort of oppression or something like that. Storytelling has always been an effective way to bring attention to social issues. And the reason is because storytelling makes the audience feel empathetic towards the characters, and so the audience is more likely to listen to that main theme or idea than if they were to just maybe read the statistics, because it has that human connection. So again, the plot is the story, and then the theme is sort of this larger idea that exists, that makes the story relatable to people. So what does the theme do? The theme in theater creates unity throughout a production. So when a design team gets together, they work with their director to establish what which theme they want to sort of highlight. Um, so they will look at the play and what the playwright um, wrote and what the playwright is trying to tell the audience, and then directors and designers and actors bring that to life and really make it mean something. So when you think about theme, ask yourself, what is the playwright or the screenwriter or the author, what are they trying to teach me? Um, that's really what we're talking about when we are talking about theme. So what are some ways to sort of identify what the theme is? So clues are given through a lot of things. The actors are going to be reciting the written word, and that's probably going to be um, one of the more obvious ways. But there are other little clues that you're going to find within a play. So what is when you walk into a theater and you take your seat, um, there's probably going to be some music playing, and that music is usually really specific to what the story's going to try to tell you. It's getting you ready for what you're about to see. The set, you'll usually be able to see the set up on stage, and that's going to tell you, it's going to give you some clues as to the location and the environment that you're in, socioeconomic status of the place you are, and then things like the costumes are going to give you some clues, and then obviously dialogue. All of these things are clues to what that theme is. And, theme isn't something that you're necessarily going to know coming into a play. It's something that you're going to learn throughout that play and then even afterwards. If you go home from a play or a movie and you're still thinking about it that night or even into the next day, then that playwright and the director and the team, they really were successful at making you think about what they were trying to tell you. So, hopefully, most of you have seen The Lion King, whether you've seen the newer version or the older version. There are some central themes that run through that movie that everybody can kind of see. So, one possible theme would be growing up. So, we're going through Simba's journey of his sort of childhood into young adulthood in that time of growing up. And a lot of plays and a lot of movies will have that theme. It's something that everyone can relate to. We all have to grow up. We all have to experience life for ourselves. Some other possible themes: loyalty. So loyalty to that family line is a theme in The Lion King. And then like good versus evil, we're comparing Mufasa to Scar, and it's a very clear representation of good versus evil. So these themes are fairly common ideas, and they're fairly common themes that are running through that show. Okay, so we understand that plot is the storyline. It is A to B to C all the way through, right? So it's all of the events that are taking place in the play. And then the theme is that main idea, right? The idea that you're tackling, that the team wants the audience member to sort of understand. And then I'm going to take it one step further, and we're going to look at thesis. So thesis is after you've seen the play and sort of thought about it, you probably want to sort of take some notes. Thesis is going to be your takeaway, so your opinion on the play. So the theme is central to the play, and whenever the play is produced, those themes are going to pretty much stay the same. Although some directors are going to maybe highlight one theme over the other. So then we're going to take those themes from The Lion King and we're going to turn it into a thesis statement. And the thesis statement is going to be the main idea of the paper that you write. Okay, so some possible thesis statements would be growing up causes difficult choices. So you've taken that theme, which is just simply growing up, and you're expanding on that. So it's causing these difficult choices, right? Simba has to choose whether he runs away and doesn't have to deal with the stress of being king, or whether he comes back to lead the country. So then you could look at loyalty as sort of this really generic theme. And then you can break that down into your own thesis statement to say loyalty to family leads to success, right? And so leads to success, it brings Simba sort of that feeling of pride. So when you watch the play that you're going to watch, during and after, you'll probably want to jot some notes down right away while it's still nice and fresh. And then the first step is to identify your theme that you want to focus on and then expand it into a thesis statement. So those are going to be your very first steps when you are writing your critical response essays. So for your second reflection part of the quiz, you are going to watch La Luna. It's a little short. It's like 6 minutes, and it's going to be down in the content of this module right below this video. So you're going to go ahead and click on that and go to YouTube, and you're going to watch La Luna. And then what you're going to do is you are going to identify 2 themes from this little video. So you're going to pick out the themes from the video, and then after you have identified those themes, you're going to take one of those themes and you're going to create a thesis statement about La Luna. So that thesis statement would be one of the themes and then sort of how it relates to you. Okay? So again, here's the instructions for that. If you want to just pause right here, you can write those, watch the video and write those down if you want. And then here's just another reminder of everything that you need to do by Sunday, July 5th at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure that you get all of these things done. If you have questions about that, you can just go ahead and email me. My email is selmeyer@msu.edu. Email me with any questions that you have.